Russia's terrain is as diverse as it is far-reaching. From the humid subtropics in the south, coniferous taiga and barren Arctic tundra in the north, to the never-ending grassy steppe in the east. Anyone looking to take on Russia's sprawling expanse and come back to tell the tale is going to need a vehicle they can depend on. The Shaman is a Snegobolotochod, or snow and swamp going vehicle, and its 8 wheels can tackle pretty much anything the Russian landscape throws at it. The Shaman's low-pressure tyres can be optimised on the go at the flick of a switch inside the cabin, pumping air in or out to make sure it skims over mud instead of sinking into it. The ATV's superior off-road capabilities have drawn interest from oil and gas companies, geologists, extreme sports enthusiasts, and one tech-up presenter who just happens to be in the markets for a new car. Avtoros is the company behind the Shaman, and their factory in Tver has produced 10 of the Mystic machines so far. With over 7 years of experience making off-road vehicles with ultra-low pressure tyres, the company firmly believes that wheels are better and greener than tracks.
For years now, people thought that all-terrain vehicles must have tracks, and this was actually true. But later, it turned out that tracked ATVs actually cause irreparable damage to the environment. It takes at least 100 years before the marks left by tracks in the tundra disappear. Our vehicle doesn't cause this damage to the environment.
For such a hulk of a vehicle, the 4-ton Shaman can really move when it has to. From a 2 km/h crawl, the ATV can reach speeds of up to 74 km an hour. The road-legal 8-wheeler is over 6 meters long, just under 3 meters high, and 2.5 meters wide. It has a wheelbase of almost 2 meters and a clearance of 45 centimeters. And the Shaman can carry up to 1.5 tons of cargo. A 146 horsepower diesel engine is at the heart of the machine, which is fed by a 260-litre fuel tank, giving it an operational range of about 1,300 kilometers. The Shaman can scale inclines of up to 45 degrees thanks to its low centre of gravity and custom-designed low-pressure tyres. From when the first welding sparks fly to final testing, it currently takes Avtoros around 2 months to manufacture a Shaman. Although the company is working on shortening the production time, the individual approach to each vehicle means it can be heavily customised. The chassis, or hull, is completely sealed and provides enough buoyancy for the vehicle to ford bodies of water. There's even an optional propeller propulsion system. Future models include a cargo-carrying pickup with caravan module for long expeditions. No matter which one you choose, each of the 8 wheels is fitted with a reduction gear, easing the load on the gearbox and improving reliability. Inside, the cabin is more akin to a captain's bridge than a driver's seat, giving the so-called pilot a commanding view of the surrounding terrain.
Our ATV is equipped with, and I have no reservations about using this word, a unique steering system, which, when given the command, the control system switches the driving mode to provide for the best performance for on-road and for off-road conditions.
The Shaman's 4 chassis give the vehicle 3 steering modes. For cruising along the motorway, the rear wheels remain fixed, while the front 4 lead the way. In sticky situations where a tighter turning circle is required, the ATV can switch to active rear wheel steering. And when the road ahead is completely blocked, all 8 wheels can be turned in sync, propelling the Shaman sideways. Now, before we finish the show, I just wanted to show you my new car. It sent me back 100,000 euros. And although I can't exactly take it for a spin about town, I just couldn't resist. So let's get inside, get warm, and take it for a spin. This is by far the biggest car I've ever driven. My biggest financial investment, but definitely the best. But I'll tell you what, there's no way I'm going to parallel park this in the car park anytime soon. For such a huge machine, it's pretty easy to drive. Steering's quite light,
gear change is quite smooth. And if you put your foot to the floor, it definitely gets going. These bumps are pretty big. But with the suspension and the low pressure wheels, you really don't feel them as much as you should do. And there's no better way I can think of spending a Sunday afternoon than taking this for a spin down the field.
Driving the Shaman was just as fun as I thought it would be, even if I wasn't making the most of its off-road abilities on this spacious, freshly mown meadow. Facing forwards and heading off to the side in crab steering mode was pretty peculiar, but I'm sure it'll come in useful switching lanes in Moscow's fake traffic. Unfortunately though, all good things must come to an end, and it was time to pack up our gear and go. So I handed the keys to my driver and asked him to put it in the garage until next